Boise State has 4 Quad 1 wins this season, one of just 11 programs in America that can make that claim here on January 25th. The Broncos are achieving success with tenacious, suffocating defense. Hi everybody, I'm Jesse Kurtz here in the Mountain West Network studio to learn a bit more on what's fueling the Broncos' success here this season. We head up to the Treasure Valley and bring in junior forward Omar Stanley. Omar, appreciate you jumping on with us here on the Mountain West Network and appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's definitely a blessing to be here.
Well, we're blessed to have you here on the Mountain West Network. Your Broncos are fresh off a 4-point win at Fresno State on Tuesday. It's the 9th game you've won by single digits. That's tied for the most in the country. What is it about this team that it finds a way to pull out tough, tight games like this?
Yeah, I believe it's the experience, from the guys that have been here. Obviously, we have, a pretty mature roster as far as Cam Martin and Max Rice, and they've been here before, So we lean on them whenever those times get tough.
Well, defense has been a staple for the Broncos. I would imagine that plays into this as well. The Broncos lead the Mountain West right now in scoring defense, giving up just 65 points per game. What are some of the things that you guys are doing defensively that has frustrated opponents and limited that scoring?
Yeah, it starts with our coach, Coach Burns. He's really consistent as far as the effort he wants us to give every day. It starts in practice, and we're able to translate it to games.
So you yourself, since cracking into the starting lineup back on December 1st, you've been absolutely sensational. You've been on a tear, led the Broncos in scoring 5 times. You currently lead the team in rebounds. What were your expectations for yourself coming into this season, and in what ways have you met or exceeded those?
Yeah, coming and joining this roster, I wanted to learn how to win. I never really won in my life. I wanted to gain that winning culture, gain that winning identity. As far as me personally, I really didn't have any high expectations for myself. Obviously, all my expectations have always been high for myself, so it was nothing different, from the past. So.
Well, you've delivered in a major way, especially in conference play. You had an incredible 30-10 game against San Jose State earlier this season, 30 points, 11 rebounds. It was one of only 5 30-10 games in the Leon Rice era, so you've made your impact in a major way here early in your Boise State career. In this current age of transfer portal, players are coming and going at a lightning quick pace these days, and Leon Rice has been very selective in the types of guys that he brings into his locker room. He covets what he calls the right guys. You came from St. John's. Why was it such a good fit? Boise State for you and you for Boise State?
Yeah, for Boise State for me, it's kind of what you said. I was also looking for a program that brought in the right guys. That had a right culture. Because I feel like I myself am a good guy. I don't want to be around anybody that's super negative. That's bringing the team down in any way. All these guys are super positive. We have a winning culture over here.
Yeah, I love that. And having played for St. John's over the last couple of seasons, you have played elite competition week in and week out. The Big East is routinely thought of as one of the best basketball conferences in America. Now you've got a taste of the grind that is the Mountain West. How do those two leagues compare?
Yeah, the Big East is definitely special, and the Mountain West is special as well. I feel like the Mountain West is very, very underrated. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you see games like Fresno State, and you're like, man, Boise should, blow them out, whatever. But it's a tough, it's a tough league. You know what I mean? Every team from the bottom of the league to the top of the league, we're all really close. So.
Home court advantage plays a big part in that. An Extra Mile Arena has been one of the toughest environments in America in college basketball over the last couple of seasons. The Broncos are 23-1 in the last 24 home games. What makes that building so special and a tough place for opponents to come in and have success?
Yeah, Boise, Idaho is a special place, and it's very under the radar, which I can appreciate. The community is really, really special, and it's almost like a home. It's almost like going back home to go get some of your mom's cooking. This was the way I feel about Boise, Idaho. It's a great place to be, and everybody makes you feel at home.
I would echo that. And at Boise State, I understand you're studying psychology. What about that field interests you, and how do you envision that helping you post-basketball? What do you plan to do?
Yeah, so after college, or after I get done playing basketball, after I retire, I plan on going back home to Kansas City, help my community. And then after that, I want to help out the world. Money can only take so far. It really starts with the mental. So that's kind of where I want to go with that.
Well, it's easy to see why you are one of the right guys for Leon Rice. And this Saturday, Extra Mile Arena will play host to one of the top college basketball games on the weekend when nationally ranked Utah State comes to town for a first-place battle in the Mountain West. In scouting the Aggies and getting prepared for this huge matchup, what does Utah State do well, and what will you guys be focusing on in hopes to get a win?
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for us. We're super excited to play these guys. We're excited to be in a situation to be battling for first place in the Mountain West. So to begin with, we're really focusing on ourselves. We're focusing on what we do good, and we're just trying to learn from our past games and just move forward with that.
Well, Omar, appreciate your time today. Welcome to the Mountain West. It's been fun watching you integrate yourself into the Broncos, who are off to a great start. We look for great things for you down the line, and good luck to the Broncos the rest of the way.
Thank you. God bless and go Broncos.
That's Omar Stanley, junior forward for the Boise State Broncos. By the way, the Broncos will tangle in a monumental matchup this Saturday against Utah State. You can watch the game right here on the Mountain West Network. Tip-off from Extra Mile Arena is set for 2 p.m. Mountain Time. From the Mountain West Network studio, I'm Jesse Kurtz.